Today's recipe is instant dhokla. For this I have 1 cup of chickpea flour, also known as besan. Here I've got 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, 1 teaspoon salt, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of citric acid, also known as lemon powder or neembu ka phool. And here I've got approximately 2 small green chilies. I've just crushed them. I will also be using 1 cup of water, and later on in the recipe I will be using baking soda, which will be 3/4 teaspoon. All the measurements will appear on the screen and will be mentioned in the description box below. To make instant dhokla, I'll start with pouring water to a bowl. This is room temperature water. To this I will add sugar, citric acid, salt, ginger paste plus green chili, and I'll give it a stir. I'll add oil as well. Give it a good stir, mix it well, and now what we are looking at is to rest this water mixture with the ingredients for at least 10 minutes, and we will wait till a few bubbles start forming in this water. After the bubbles form, it will take around 10 minutes. It starts forming immediately, but it forms more as time goes along. And this I'll keep for 10 minutes, and then I'll add my chickpea flour or besan to it to continue making dhokla. It's been exactly 10 minutes. I can see bubbles in the water. Now at this point of time, I will start adding my chickpea flour. So I'll use a sieve to strain the chickpea flour. I do this to avoid lumps in my batter. Mix and make a smooth batter. Let this batter rest for another 5 minutes before adding the baking soda. While my batter is resting for 5 minutes, I have oiled my baking pan with cooking oil. It's been 5 minutes since this batter has rested. Now I'll just give it a quick stir, and I will be adding this baking soda. It's 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Once I add this, I'll add just half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of water to activate this baking soda. Once I do that, I'll immediately pour it in my oiled dish before steaming it. So this dish is basically steamed. So now I'll just add my baking soda. After adding the baking soda, I'll just add a drop of water, and also add a teaspoon, and you can see how it's activated. Give it a quick stir, and you see the batter becoming thick, and this will add the sponginess, or it will make the dhokla soft and nice. So just give it a quick stir. And you can see how the batter is not doubled in size, but I guess almost doubled. Now what I'll do is I'll immediately pour it in my oil tin. The reason I'm covering this dish is because I don't want the steam water to enter this batter, otherwise it will make it very mushy and it won't cook it correctly. So that's why I add the foil to this dish. Now I'll put it for steaming. Cover it and steam it for at least 25 minutes on medium flame. It's been exactly 25 minutes since the dhokla has been steaming. Now I'll just remove the lid carefully. You can see the steam escaping. Turn the stove off and I will uncover this to check if it's cooked. Remove the cover carefully. Once it cools down, try to loosen the sides of this dhokla. Loosen the dhokla from underneath so that while unmolding, it's easy to unmold. Now I'll place it on my plate. I've got this plate which has got corners, so when I pour the bhagar, it will not leave the plate. So what I'll do is I'll just turn this upside down and try to unmold. Now I'll let this cool a further 5 minutes and then I'll cut into it before adding the bhagar. Once this dhokla has completely cooled after steaming it, I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces. Now it depends on you how big or small you want the dhokla pieces to be. And I cut it before I give it a bhagar because when I put the bhagar, I want every part of this dhokla to be soaked with the bhagar water. Bhagar is also known as tempering. You can see how soft this dhokla is. With the bhagar it will be softer and you can see this jali pattern on it. This is what we are looking at once we steam it. These are the little holes or that appear over the surface and around the dhokla. You can see how beautifully it's cooked. This is exactly the texture we are looking at, and it's soft, but this is without the bhagar. Once you put the bhagar, the texture improves more and becomes more softer, spongy, and absolutely a delicious snack. So before bhagaring it, before adding the bhagar, I'll just add some cilantro leaves. If you have coriander leaves, that's perfect for this dish, but I don't have coriander leaves, so I'm using some cilantro leaves as a garnish. To make the bhagar, just add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Once the oil is warm, just add 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds and wait for it to crackle. Once the mustard seeds start crackling, add in sliced green chillies. If you have curry leaves, you can add curry leaves. Now carefully add in 1 cup of room temperature water. Add 3 tablespoons of sugar. After adding 3 tablespoons of sugar, add a 1/4 teaspoon of hing. Give it a good stir. We will let this boil and then pour it over the dhokla. The water has begun to boil. Now at this point of time, I'll turn the stove off and pour it over my prepared dhokla. Just show you one piece of this dhokla before I temper it. You can see how nice it's cooked. And it's soft. So bhagar is ready. Now we'll pour it over this dhokla all over. Everything should be soaked well. and let this soak in the Bagar water with tempering for at least 15 minutes to 20 minutes before serving. I'm just trying to pour some Bagar liquid over everything, making sure every dhokla has the Bagar water. See how nicely it's soaked the water. If I press it, it's soft and nice. Just place it back here. Instant dhokla is ready to serve. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Please click on the bell icon for notification of my latest videos. And thank you for watching. Enjoy!